Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? It's cold. Oh my goodness. How is everything going? What can I talk about today? Well, we can talk about what's going on here in America. And I kind of want to give out some little ideas to help the people out. This is what WMBT University is about podcast, health podcast. It's about this. It's about sharing a little light, sharing a little sunshine, and helping people. This is what we're all about. And there's some great things that's about to come in. I have a meeting, matter of fact, tomorrow. And we're going to come out with some new material, something that's going to be good for the people. And if you don't mind sharing, please share. And let's get things rolling. As a lot of you all know, we're in this government shutdown in America. And here are my thoughts on everything. Some might get upset, some might not. But here are my thoughts. Now, like I said, I had a pause for a few minutes. But anyway, like I was saying, it's not like that we wasn't warned about any of this stuff. And I just want to say welcome to the podcast. And I just want to elaborate on the things that is going on here in America, um, especially with the SNAP program. Now, like I say, some might get mad and some might not get mad. But right now, I really don't care. And a lot of you guys know how I am. I don't care. This is my podcast and this is my platform. And I'm going to say what I really believe that is right. For one, for one, the Obama administration was working on stuff to help the people because Obama seen the future. Now, some people like him and some people don't like him. And frankly, I don't care. But I look at things in a way that maybe some other people don't see it. Maybe some other podcasters don't see it. You have a lot of podcasters now. They are caught up in the politics because that's where a lot of them get a lot of their ratings. But I'm not getting caught up in the politics. I'm here to state facts. And when you state the facts, that's it. Now, when you state the facts, people don't want to hear it. And the Obama administration warned us that this was going to happen. I remember when he got with Snap and said, "Hey, can the people buy seeds with their stamps? Seeds are food. Can people buy plants?" Walmart is the one to say yes. If they're on Snap, they can buy this and they can buy that. But the problem is a lot of people did not want to do it because they took it for a joke. They really took it for a joke. And it's like, what in the world? Now look what's happening. People going crazy, people standing in lines. And a lady did a statistic. I mean, a lady put on Instagram And I did some background check on it. She said, I've never seen so many Caucasians with food stamps. And they did a survey, not survey, they did what was it? A research. And it is true, there are more Caucasians that are on food stamps than any other ethnic groups, like the Puerto Ricans, the blacks, or any of them. And you know why? I'm going to explain to you why. We know how to survive, where a lot of people don't know how to survive. We know how to survive. We don't mind that. Me, I'm not with all the rice and beans now, but we don't mind taking some beans and rice and mixing it together and have a meal for our families. Where the other group, they're not like that. So now everybody is in a rigmarole. Oh God, what we're gonna do? Thanksgiving coming in here. What we're gonna do? It's like this. And when I say this, I'm not trying to be funny. And you might say, well, it's easy for you to talk because you ain't been on. You don't know what I've been on. You don't know where I've been. So no, you can't say that. But it's like this. My grandmother, I was sharing this with my daughter the other day. And number one, the pilgrims are the ones that came with the turkeys and all this type of stuff. The tradition and all that. But let me share something with you. If you got a family and you say, I cannot afford nothing but chicken, let me tell you something. And I'm telling you something that I know. Not what I heard, but what I know. Get you a big pot of chicken, the cheapest chicken that you can get. Boil that sucker down. Learn how to make you some dumplings. It's no problem for me make dumplings around here because I know how to do it. Now my daughter, she's not really into dumplings, but me, if I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna survive good. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you. Meat is very expensive. Chicken is the only thing that's not too expensive. Now, I don't know if I get credit for this, but none be so failure but a try. The Butch Box. The Butch Box is giving free turkeys. If you can come up with $169 to buy their meats. So if each one in the family can come up with $25, all right, where's my phone? Da, 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 da. Let's see something for a minute. Let's see something. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, let's do it a different way. Okay, if each member of the family could come up with $50. Now hear me out. Hear me out. What I'm gonna say. Hear me out. If each member, if okay, say for example, if your mama, if your mother, you, four siblings or whatever, could come up with that kind of money, you can order nothing but meats. Get a free turkey from Butch Box. And I'm going to put the link in the description box. I'm going to put the link in it. Because I'm going to do it. You have enough meat to last you for 2 months. And every 2 months, you can order. Now, check this out. Check this out. My daughter and them have started doing this. Once a week, one family member have a big potluck. And another family member said, well, you know thing, I can't bring nothing. Only thing I can bring is potatoes. Make potato salad. My mother used to have me laughing, rest her soul, rest her soul. But she used to have me laughing. And she would go and she would take some potato, um, those dried, dehydrated potatoes, instant potatoes. That's what I was trying to think of. And what she would do, she would sit there. She would have her relish. She would have her mayonnaise. If she wanted to add mustard or eggs, she put all that together and end up making a poor man's potato salad. And trust me, it was good. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it was good. There are ways that we can get through it. But the problem is people don't want to do that. Now, there's one thing I do agree with the government on. I must say I agree with them on this. Able-bodied people need to work. Now, a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Now, I can't work. What is holding you from working? If you cannot, if you cannot do a physical job, if you cannot do a physical job, there are a lot of things that is out here now that you can do. One, set you up an Amazon account. Find where it says the influencers. Create you a website off of Google Sites, which is free. Create you a website. Okay, then. Go on Amazon. Fill out the thing for Amazon Associates. Once you approve, you have 90 days to come up with at least 3 sales and market it. You might say, well, I don't know how to do that. Easy. Go to Google Sites, set you up a site, get you a domain name. Once you get that domain name, you can do it. Or if you don't want to do that, post. Go through Google Blogger. Google Blogger, they are good. The only thing with Google Blogger, they got AdSense and all that. AdSense is hard to get into. So it's best to do it like this. You don't need nothing fancy. As long as you got a computer. How many of you all go on Instagram and stroll through Instagram? Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it real. How many of you? All the time that you're looking at the stuff on Instagram, you could have been done created you something for yourself. I just found out. Here I've been spending money left and right on stuff. When come to find out, Lulu Publishing Company, you can create your books, you can create a magazine, and guess what? They sell it in their bookstore. Lulu takes a little percent, which is more than right, and all the royalties come to you. What is wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Podcasting. You can go on Fiverr and find people that can promote your podcast, but make sure that they are not using bots. And this is the problem with some of them be doing. Some of them be using bots. And when it gets annoying. But then again, you got other companies out here that charge you so much sky high money. I mean, give me a break. It's hard, but guess what? You can do it. Spotify will start paying, uh, um, will start paying you. But here's the thing: you got to be dedicated. You got to really be in tune with it. And then once you start doing good, they start paying you. I made good with Spotify. I'm not ashamed to say that. Until they found out that some of my stuff was ran by bots and I was hurt. That little $200 and $300, that little $500 came in extra. That was pretty good money for me. So what I'm saying is this: there are ways that you can make money. You have to be creative. How do you think the third world? How do you think the third world countries do it? Why do you think it's so many little places, street restaurants out there? Why? Because they had to be creative. So why can't America be creative? I have to be honest with you. I feel that SNAP should be mostly for the elderly people. I have to be honest with you. I feel that SNAP should be for the elderly people and the people that are on Social Security and disability. That's what I feel. Why? Because people give you a good example. You all don't really know me, but here's a good example. I'm handicapped. I got injured in 1994. Could not work, could not do nothing. So I had to get on food stamps and I had to get on disability. But guess what I did? I took that disability and worked it for my good. When I got my disability, I started doing a little investing. I started doing this, I started doing it so the money could come back to me right. But this is the problem. When people get money, they want to get out here. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. They want to get out here and buy all the brand names and I mean for what? For what? You might say, well, I really don't know. There's a thing and I was going to I signed up for it, but I don't have time to do it. And when I get done, I'm gonna put it in the description box. It's called creating stuff. Creating stuff. I can't get together, but I get the name. It's like $19 a month. And what somebody could do, somebody can sponsor you. $19 a month. They can sponsor you. Let you pick what you want in the video, and just say, "I want to learn how to make cookies." Learn how to make cookies, and then guess what? You go out there on the street and you sell your cookies. Put a little twist in it now. Put a little twist in it. Just get the basic recipe and then start adding your own stuff. Go out and start selling. And if you don't do make $100 $100 a day, Take 50 of it, reinvest back into it until you start making up to at least about $200 to $300 a week or a day. Sit down and create your own thing, or go on YouTube, and you got a lot of D do it yourself where you learn how to make different things. You can go to the Dollar Tree, get you some frames, and make you some beautiful what is it? Make you some beautiful projects. Like me, I learned this from Miss Beverly, and I owe it all to Miss Beverly. I'm not gonna sit here and say I did it on my own. No, ma'am, I owed it all to Miss Beverly. The only thing I changed up with my own style. And so what I did, I made me a little um a little stand where you could put perfumes and things on it. I did that myself. I created that myself. Have I started selling? No, because I got my hands in so much stuff now. I kind of did it on my own. My bedroom. What I'm planning on doing is getting some of that real good foam board, and I'm gonna make my own back thing to my bed. There are ways that you can do it, but here's the thing: you gotta want to do it, and that's the key. You gotta want to do it. So on that thing, I can kind of vouch for that. I wish that Trump and them would stop the foolishness and teach the people how to trade with Bitcoin. Because matter of fact, one of the countries, I forgot what country it is, but one of the countries what their government now has decided to do is teach the people how to do Bitcoins. Bitcoins bring in money. Many times I didn't have no food on my table and I dealt with Bitcoins. Many times I didn't have gas in the car. I dealt with Bitcoins. It can be done, but here is the thing: do you want it done? Medical, okay? This is the reason why they have the lifestyle medicine doctors, the holistic doctors. Why? Because they can teach you how to take care of your body. Stop eating all this processed food. Take care of your body. Learn how to cook. There are good videos on YouTube where you can go and you can learn how to cook different things. You might give you a good example. I'm part vegan. Now, sometimes I will eat meat, and I'm not gonna lie about that. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I might eat some meat. Like now, I'm eating a turkey sausage. You know how they used to do Slim Jims? Well, now they got them in turkey. So, okay, so I got some. Yesterday, I made me some potatoes, fried me some potatoes and onions, and cut these little sausages up in there. And boy, I had me a meal. Yes, I did. I had me a meal. And thank God for it. But let me show you something. Mushrooms are good replacements for meat. Now, if you have a thrifty store near you, Go down to the thrifty store and get you the oyster mushrooms. For a big pack, it only costs like $6. You can make mushroom soup with that. You can make chicken thick. Well, it's imitation. Well, it's not. It's mush oyster mushroom chicken. A lot of people don't like that terminology, but that's what it is. It is it's a replacement of mushrooms. I mean chicken. Um, or either you can go to Publix or any of the stores and get the Palabella mushrooms. Fix that thing up so good, boy. You got your dish. Instead of having beef strips, you can instead of having beef strips, you can use those mushrooms and add your broccoli and all that stuff and have a an Asian dish. Here's another thing. You know the microwave rice that Minute Maid have? Okay, you can get those. If it's just you. If it's a big family, you have to get I would suggest that you get the big box of Minute Rice. But if it's just you, take that Minute Rice, put one of those things into the microwave, let it get warm. Or you ain't got to do that. Put it in a skillet, crack your egg, throw you some mixed vegetables, and you have fried rice. Stir it up real good, you got fried rice. If you want to add some shrimp, throw it in there. If you want to add, you might say, well, I don't want no chicken. I just want throw it in there. Throw you some mushrooms in there. There are ways it can be done. But you gotta want to do it. So my suggestion to a lot of you all is this. Besides going around complaining about what Uncle Sam is doing, and I want to say something to the Democrats, the 8 Democrats that did what they did. I applaud you. And let me explain to you. I didn't say appall. I applaud you. Because let me share something with you. And I'm going to say it. Trump used the American people in a gamble. I've never seen a man that hated another man as much as he hated Obama. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. So they trying to do away with Obamacare. Okay? So what he's doing, he's causing all this hectic for people to break. But here is the thing. Democrats are not stupid. They're not stupid. They would rather get chewed out and fussed at from the American people than to see the American people suffer and not have no food. And this is the way you got to look at it. Some people talking about, they sold out. No, they didn't. They didn't sell out. They did what they did to save the American people. People that get checks a month, they're not even getting their checks. Children not having diapers. All of this kind of stuff. Rent. Section 8. All this kind of stuff that's going on. Why? Because Trump wants to sit there and play, wants to gamble, high rollers. I don't blame them. I would have said, you know what thing, we'll get chewed out. But you know what? We're going to do it. Our people might not understand it, but we're going to do it. Sometimes you have to look at things in a different way. Now he's been talking about doing $2,000 off of the charts. I don't blame the Supreme Court. What are you talking about? If they, it's like this, all the money that has came in off those tariffs, the American people should get at least about $5,000 to $10,000 off that. Where is the rest of that money going? In his pocket? Y'all need y'all need to look at the whole picture, not just half, but the whole picture. He's mad because the Democrats won part of the election last Tuesday. He's mad about that. I got on some lady that was doing a conspiracy theory. Oh, I got the proof here where the Muslims gonna take over America. What are you talking about? All of this mess that the Republicans are planting fear into the people when it is not even like that. All of this for what? A popularity thing? I don't like Trump. I don't have nothing against him. But what I will say is this. He needs to stop playing with the American people. And now they're talking about the IRS. Now you going real deep now. You talking about the IRS? People getting their income taxes? Oh, you going real deep now. Yes, and some things the IRS needs to be investigated. Because they hit me up on something that I had nothing to do with. A friend of mine said do taxes. She she did my taxes and I got audited. And next thing you know, they come sending me a letter. And instead of my friend explaining to them how it came about, she didn't. She ghosted. So now the IRS keeps hitting me up. Oh, you owe us X amount of dollars. I'm not paying y'all that because for one, you all didn't send me no money. Now, if you would have sent me the money, sure, sure. But you didn't send me no money. So I'm not paying you nothing because you audited for assuming something. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. How many bootleggers that do tax preparations? It's not hard. Only thing I do is go on H&R Block and learn how to do it. It's not complicated. So on that end, I have to agree with him. Tax and Social Security. Are you crazy? These elderly people work for that. What are you talking about? Now, Senator Elizabeth, I can't pronounce her last name. She now said, you know one thing? If he can give billions of dollars to Argentina, fix it to where the people that own Social Security can get a raise. $200 extra dollars a month. If America got that kind of money to be giving it like that. But here's the thing, and I have learned this, even with his son, with this doggone Bitcoin thing and all this junk. Unless you see it in the flesh, it's just paper. And I back Elizabeth up. I back the Supreme Court up. No, 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 no. You gonna show us this. So me personally, now I'm not a fan of Elon, but I have to give Elon credit. He said each American should get $5,000 from this. Don't you not know if every American got $5,000? Don't you not know we would be in a good frame if every American gave, got $5,000 or even $10,000. Many people could pay off their debts. Many people, if the government would do a class on Bitcoin where he just pardoned one of the guys, let the guy teach the people how to do the trading. If he would do that, America would be debt free. But here's the thing, they're not going to do that. They got money to build up the billionaire road down there in Mar-a-Lago area. Come on. We as the American people have really got to learn how to come up with strategies, because there I'm born again. I'm born again, and I'm part Jewish, and I'm part Jewish, Nigerian, and American. I'm a descendant of Nigeria, a part of the Igbo tribe, and I'm a descendant of is Israel, one of the lost tribes. But anyway, if every American could sit back and create something, don't you not know America wouldn't have to deal with food stamps or none of that? Up in them hills of West Virginia, Appalachia, they could come up in there and redo. I was born in Bluefield, I in West Virginia, and my mother said, she said, when I popped up out of her, she says time to go. So I really didn't stay there, but when I moved back there in the early 80s, and West Virginia is a beautiful country. Now I can't lie, it's a very beautiful country, and I believe if our government will work with them and do some things, because there you can buy property out there for like nothing. They believe in doing they believe in farming and all that type of stuff. If West Virginia could be structured, all those buildings that they have, if the people out there could start up little businesses and renovate all those old buildings, don't you not know how wealthy they would be? I love Dubai, and I want to go there. Just like there's a little city here in Florida called Vieira. I love their stories. Vieira was nothing but farmland. It was nothing but farmland. I'm telling you. And in 1989, they decide, no, we gonna build a city. And I'm telling you now, you go into the era, sometime when I'm in that area, it's like you in a total different place. I ain't never walked into $1 million home until I went to Vieira. And I kid you not. I kid you not. I mean, it was like, oh my God, wow, wow. And I remember what the salesperson told me. He said, always remember this. You can have whatever you want to have as long as you got the money. And that stood in my mind. Me, I love shipping container homes. You can get me a shipping container home, build me one, and hey, we ain't got no words out of me. You can build me an L-shaped shipping container home, and I'm content. But here's the thing. People, here's the thing. People are too busy trying to impress one another. People are too busy trying to make themselves look like something when the wealth is right in our hands. We got it. Because technically, by right, the government owes us nothing. Technically, by right, they don't owe us anything. The Bible says to take care of the widows and the children. Nowadays, poor people don't have to be poor. They poor because they want to be poor. My daughter and I, we moved into a beautiful home. I'm not ashamed to admit this. A beautiful home. And we were talking, and I shared something with her. I said, look, no, she was talking about something. She said, Mommy, she said, now we don't have to do this, we don't have to do that because now we have everything we need, dishwasher and all this type of stuff. And I said, yeah, you're right. And so we was talking about furniture. And here's another idea. Whoo, thank you, God. Go on the marketplace. Sometimes they're giving away free furniture. Free furniture on the marketplace. Go get that furniture, learn how to reupholster it, and whatever it needs, and resell it. Start you up your own little furniture store. So her and I was talking, and I said, well, when I get paid, I can come up with this certain amount of money because we need to get some furniture in the apartment. She said, Mom, I want to show you something. I said, what? She showed me something where people that are buying brand new living room suits, they're giving their old ones away for free. I said, whoa, you kidding me? I looked at it and I said, wow. So her and her god brother, they gonna load. They got the truck and they going to find something because her and I know how to fix furniture up. There are ways that you can do it. You just got to know how to do it. And
on the conclusion of this, don't let the government define you. You define the government. Don't make them make you think that you don't know anything. Because in that slave mentality, I'm hoping when they come out with these programs for the people to work for their stamps, I'm hoping that they're not having the people out here working like slaves. Give them a skill. Give them a skill that's going to last a lifetime. I remember back in the early 80s when they were doing where you work for your stamps. And some of the things, some of the places that the people went, it was horrible. They had them working out in the tobacco fields, all that type of stuff. They don't have to be there. They don't have to strip them of their dignity. They don't have to do that. And this will eliminate a lot of stuff. This will eliminate a lot of jealousy. I remember back in the early 2000s where people were going into the grocery store. And what is wrong with once a month buying a nice steak for your family? And I remember this lady got mad. And that's when they started doing cutting down on certain things that you could buy with food stamps. Thank God Florida didn't do it. Now that's one thing Florida did not do. Florida did not tell people, "Oh, you cannot buy shrimps and everything." They didn't do that. Now I do agree with them cutting back on the sugar. That I do because I've seen people on food stamps where they would sit there and they would buy a whole thing of sweets for their children. That's not nutritious. No, that's not nutritious. But anyway, back to this. There is nothing wrong with buying a nice steak for you and your wife or buying a nice roast for you and your family to have a nice dinner. But some people got upset. I cannot afford it. So if I cannot afford it, you can't afford it. And they start going to the city council. I mean, all this type of mess. But not knowing people work. Just not everybody's on food stamps don't work. There are people that work their own food stamps. So if they are contributing to the pot, who gives you the right to tell a person what they can and they cannot have? You're wrong. So to sum this podcast up, I just want to say this. There is nothing wrong with being independent. There's nothing wrong with that. Get out there. Do you. Don't get caught up with all the crazy nonsense. Don't do that. Do you. Create wealth for your family. Look at some of the drug dealers. And a disclaimer, I'm not promoting drug dealers, but look at some of them. Some of them, some of them took money and saved it up. They didn't go out here for all this crazy nonsense. They saved it up. Build an inheritance for your family. Timu. Find you a drop ship. Timu now is in America. They got one in America and one in China. Get connected with Timu, where you can display your stuff for free. Timu will only take out a certain percentage and will send you your money. There are ways you can do it. But here is the thing. You got to want to do it. So think about everything that I've spoke about today and try to understand what Trump is doing is totally wrong. But look at it on the other end. Maybe God is trying to show that. I'm not talking about no universe. I get tired of that stuff. There is no, the universe can't do nothing. God is the God of the universe. The universe can't do nothing, but God can. And just maybe God is trying to show the people, hey, you don't need it. Government is corrupt. You don't need it. Well, listen, guys, thank you so very much for being a part of WMBT University Health Podcast. I am your host, Professor M. Thank you so very much for joining me and have a wonderful day.